Hey guys, I'm James and welcome to Dell Drive, the show where we ask you, our partners and customers, to challenge us on how we can transform your business through technology. In each episode, I'll be joined by a lineup of special guests to take on the industry's biggest challenges, with today being no exception. And I'm joined by Dan Homolka and Louise Quennell, who will be taking on the challenge of how businesses can reduce costs and optimize operations. And we'll get into that very soon. Also joining me today is the voice of our partners, Rob Tomlin. So I tell you what, Rob, I'll hand over to you to tell us a little bit more about why you're here.
Thanks, James. So I'm Rob Tomlin. I'm VP of Channels for Dell Technologies in the UK. We've got some amazing partnerships at Dell Technologies, and I've been working around our partners over the last few months, taking a number of questions and getting their feedback on today's session. And I'm going to be posing a few questions to Dan and Lou along the way and keeping them honest on the way. So,
looking forward to it, Rob, and it's great to have you here supporting me as well as part of the show. Now, here on Dell Drive, you'll discover that we like to do things a little differently. And if you're sitting there wondering, well, how? Here's a taster of what you can expect. On today's show, myself and Rob drill down on the specifics with Lou on how Dell Technologies can specifically help save business owners money. One of our lucky guests take on the soon-to-be infamous hot seat, and we have a sneak peek of our Dell Bird Box Challenge. All of that coming your way. And as we said, we want you, our audience and viewers at home, involved. So please be sure to add any questions you've got for the team in the comments. And there's a good chance you may get a special shout out, or your question may even feature on a future episode. And talking of episodes, let's get this one rolling. So guys, we are going to kick things off by welcoming Dan and Lou to the show first and foremost. But I want to get into this topic immediately. Why is it so important, Lou?
This is a real hot topic for Dell Technologies. The way the world has changed with COVID, how we work has changed, where we work has changed, when we work's changed. And it's really key for Dell Technologies to work with our customers and partners and end users to maximise opportunity and productivity for everybody.
So talking about the current climate faced and costs being very much at the forefront of everyone's mind, why might organisations still want to further invest?
Well, I mean, it's undeniable that today's costs have increased for individuals as well as businesses. And every business these days relies on IT to keep going. Simply not investing in IT isn't a possibility. It's a gradual recipe for gradual decline in efficiency, and ultimately it's going to have a negative effect on the business itself. So it's not a case of not spending anymore, but using the spending or the money that you have available in the right place to do the most impact most efficiently. Again, Louise mentioned this world of hybrid work. You know, it's here to stay. People are going to be outside of the corporate office, and IT organizations need to make sure they invest in the right pieces of technology to support that remote workforce, and also to securely deliver their user experience that they're used to in the office.
You mentioned that statement, user experience. I mean, how important is it? Does it really matter?
It really, really does. We hear about it all the time. It's all about the perception of people for their IT service provision and their providers. We hear loads from customers around they need to really get serious about getting the right tools for the right job, whether that be just to attract new talent, to retain the talent they've got, or even to drive productivity. It's really, really important.
And yeah, again, it's unsurprising that people form a genuine bond with the stuff that they're working with on a daily basis. You know, you spend hours a day in front of a device. You know, you're going to have a good experience or a bad experience depending on what that device is giving you. And personal experience really drives ultimate productivity. I mean, just as an example, you know, forming a bond. This is something I got like maybe 2009, something like that.
A vintage device.
Oh yeah, very much so. And you know, I just love it so much. I haven't been able to get rid of it. So you know, it's my little reminder of when I started at Dell.
I guess it shows you really, doesn't it, the power of a device works well, how much it can increase possibly productivity for that user. All organisations, of course, claim to save individuals and organisations money, but how did Dell manage to live up to the claims that they're making?
Well, we're a large manufacturing company, and we're able to optimise what we do because of our scale. the way we make our devices, the way we deliver our devices, and seen that through the pandemic, we're able to continue to supply our customers with the devices and the tools that they needed to get their jobs and their businesses keep their businesses going. We've got a long history of investing in our business in order to be able to support our customers. We're spending money to ensure that we're efficient and we're able to help our customers optimize their spend on IT. An example of where we've invested is in the training of our technical staff to make sure that they're able to help our customers transform the way they manage their end user devices. So moving to a modern deployment and modern management, often cloud-based tooling such as Microsoft Intune. And these kinds of tools are essential for the deployment of devices that may not be in an office like they used to be in the old days, pre-pandemic. We need to be able to provide an ongoing management of those devices, keeping them safe and working wherever they may physically be.
I think, Dan, to your point, Dell Technologies started this journey 10 years ago ourselves. So pre-pandemic, and we faced all of the challenges and we found all the solutions and we broke things and we fixed things and we optimized things.
Like practicing what you preach.
Practicing what we preach. So I think, we're our own case study. And, the message for our customers and for our partners is come and challenge us, come and speak to us about what worked for us, what didn't work for us, how we overcome things and how we optimized. And we'll support you in that journey.
No, I agree. And you think during the pandemic as well, our partners, they learned so much of what Dell can offer to them to help them on that supply chain emotion, help them to work, what they could cut out, that things that they needed to do hands-on services. Actually, Dell was able to provide them as well, which actually was great for the customer.
As a business, time is money, of course, and these services and solutions sound fantastic. But what would you say to someone who says, this sounds a little bit like outsourcing perhaps, and then an individual might worry about their own employment?
Yeah, it's a good question. And honestly, it's the opposite is happening. The workload of IT organizations has significantly increased over the last few years. Many of our customers are telling us that their IT organizations are close to breaking point. Staff turnover, the so-called Great Resignation, has frequently resulted in our organization or our customers not being able to hire the right people they need to support the dynamic needs of end users that exist today. We're here to help with those transformations around modern automated systems, and we'll give those operational teams within our customers the ability to build and manage these new tools, and modern tool sets supporting those diverse, increased user needs.
And how can Dell Technologies quantify the actual impact that they're having? Can we put a number on all of these claims?
So there is a publicly available total cost of ownership calculator.
Ooh.
Yes. And it'll give you some idea of the cost savings you'll make. Now, obviously, there's loads of assumptions in the tool. So we have done a lot of research. We've taken a lot of analysis and telemetry, but they'll never match an individual's actual position. So what we want you to do, again, come and speak to us. We'll work through the TCO calculator with you and we'll give you the best options.
And that TCO calculator you spoke about, that's publicly available and it's a really great place to start. It'll give you an idea of the kinds of cost savings you can make. But if you really want to dive into that and say, challenge us to come and help you understand, for example, we look at things like client deployment assessments so that we're able to dig into the finer detail of the device deployment, management, and the security processes that sit behind that, see where cost savings can be made, how we can optimize certain processes, and ultimately, as we started this conversation, it's about taking that limited IT budget that you've got and investing it in the right place to get the maximum value for money.
It's a question for you two, Lou and Dan. So, as you know, we've got fantastic partner relationships with most of the largest partners in the UK. We're actually over 2,000 partners trade with Dell Technologies in the UK. We talked about our great services capability. We've talked about our great collaboration with Microsoft and all the things we do together. Talked about the TCO calculator. But are all those offerings available to our customers through partners, and can our partners access all those tools that we talk about?
So I think there's two things here. First of all, there's tools and systems and processes, and our partners can access all of that intelligence and all of that resource. Mm-hmm. I think there's a really important point, though, about partners, that partners are actually crucial to this conversation. So Dell Technologies are a large organisation. We operate at scale. And sometimes a customer may not get an individual response or an individual experience that they need. that actually only a partner can provide. So I think where resources are available to all of our partners, collaboration is absolutely crucial to grow the experience and to deliver an exceptional experience to our end users.
And I think one challenge we would like to see, we'd love to hear partners showing us case studies of where they are in the market, helping customers reduce cost, helping customers take advantage of all the great tooling we've talked about today, because we do it day in, day out in the market. It'd be lovely to see our partners talk about that. And we're featuring one of the shows coming up, I'd say, James.
Hopefully. I was going to say we could take a deep dive into this subject, but maybe we will revisit it at a later episode. But thank you for now, guys. An interesting discussion there. And I know we could have easily filled up the whole show with it, but thank you so much, as mentioned. It is an understatement to say that being in business is a challenge. Easy decisions are hard to come by, and more often than not, we are presented with difficult choices that are made in high-pressured environments. So our producers thought it would be a good idea to replicate that by putting members of our Dell Technologies team through their paces in a high-pressured environment of our very own. Welcome to the hot seat. As this is the first of many to come, we've asked our colleagues to kindly vote for who they want to face the hot seat. The results are in, and the person facing the hot seat is Dan. My man, are you up for the challenge?
I think so.
Okay, well, Dan, listen, if you make your way over and get comfortable, buddy, I'll explain to those at home what's going to be going on. So you have selected Dan to go in our hot seat, where he will have 30 seconds to make as many challenging decisions as possible. But as the name implies, it's not going to be that easy. This is a challenging environment. So throughout the 30 seconds, he may come up against some distractions along the way. And for you, our viewers, make sure you wish him luck and let us know in the comments how many questions you think he will get through.
Dan Homolka, our audience has selected you to take on the hot seat. You will soon be presented with some difficult decisions. It is your job to answer as many as possible in 30 seconds. This noise will signal the start of the 30 seconds. This noise will signal the end of the 30 seconds. I wish you the best of luck. What is hotter, Dell XPS or Dell Curve displays?
Oh, curve display.
Day or night?
Day.
What do you think Dell could be better at?
Nothing.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Who's better looking, James or Rob?
It's got to be James.
What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Walk the dog.
Which came first, chicken or egg?
Chicken egg.
Red or blue?
Red.
Your time has come to an end in the hot seat. Please return to the studio.
And here he comes. Can we have a huge round of applause for Dan? So Dan, the inaugural hot seat, how did you feel about the experience?
It was an interesting challenge. I think I did okay. I don't know.
You look pretty cool in there, my man. Rob, you think you could take it on?
It's going to take some beating, isn't he? Definitely is. Quite a go.
Lou, you
Too kind.
think you got the skills to pay the bills?
Absolutely, but he's definitely set the bar.
Well, there you have it. That was Dr. Dan in our Dell Drive Hot Seat. But do you think you would fare any better? Don't forget to let us know your thoughts. And if you know of a Dell Technologies employee, maybe one of our guests here in the studio today, who you'd like to nominate, then be sure to tag them in the comments. Who knows? We may see them next time in the hot seat. Thanks again, Dan, for taking part. Next up, it's time to speak about optimizing your business operation. Right away, guys. Well, another big challenge coming your way. Optimizing resources, it sounds great, but implementing new solutions and services can be time consuming. How do you support what could already be a stretched IT department?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this earlier. We want to be able to support our customers to modernize their IT tooling, including moves to modern management and deployment technologies. And the work of delivering a device to an end user, it's got many steps. We can help automate or take on some of those individual steps within our supply chain to help alleviate some of that burden from the overworked IT teams. I guess the challenge here is to maintain and, where possible, improve that experience for the end user. Getting that new device, making sure it comes preloaded with all the software that's needed, bundling productivity tools, things like headsets for remote work and so on, monitors, whatever you need to get your daily job done.
So Dan and Lou, our partners obviously are trusted advisors in this space. Right? They've spent many, many years working with our joint customers, helping advise them around the tapestry of security, management tooling that they would need to use. Where do our partners fit in? And probably one for you, this, Lou, to start with. Where do our partners fit in that journey? Because obviously we do a lot with the customers directly, talking and consulting with them. But where do they fit with us on that journey?
So I think, as I said earlier, really, because of the scale of Dell Technologies, sometimes we struggle to give that personalised solution. Our partners give unique services, experience and capability that both enhance the Dell Technologies proposition, and equally fill some gaps that we have in that, giving that individual contribution, that individual user experience. So partners are absolutely essential, with all their skill sets, with their relationships with Microsoft and Intel, as ours, to really deliver the best outcome for our end users.
When we're talking about optimization, we're hearing a lot this idea of the right tool for the right individual. Some people might just say, well, come on, a laptop's a laptop.
Well, I feel like when technology is becoming ubiquitous, it's more affordable. People have been used to having really great devices at home, tablets, smartphones, great laptops. I'd count our own XPS range in that list of great stuff. But what that's done is it's driven up the expectation for employees when they come to work. They want something that is good enough to do their job. And it's not possible these days just to assume that everyone's needs when it comes to their job is going to be the same from an IT perspective. The reason that we've got so many models to choose from is that we can cater to the specific needs of particular roles within our customers. And we're able to help customers understand what those real needs are, rather than maybe sometimes a perceived need from our customers or from the end users to say, oh, I really want a nice shiny one, for example. Okay, so we recently started to look at ways to ensure that we're really understanding what a user needs from their device, and rather than just make an assessment once at the beginning of when they start work, is that a device that you need today? That's great, but we want to make sure that we monitor the performance of that device, make sure it's still good enough. As time progresses, is the device becoming an issue in terms of productivity? Is it a bottleneck? Is it causing the user not to be able to get their job done? That's something that we want to address before it's a problem.
Yeah, and I think there's a flip side to that as well. It's where we've got devices are often replaced in bulk, in one-off. So it's a strict number of years and a strict rotation policy. And actually, is it possible to extend the life of the device if it's working, to save cost, to keep that productivity level up? Does it still meet the needs of the user? And if it conforms to the security policies, the management policies, all the standards within an end user organisation, do you really need to have that cost? Could you invest in a different way? Is there a different way to optimise your estate?
And if we look as well, we're all so used to working remotely now in this hybrid environment that exists. But across that, how do we ensure that both our devices and the data on them remain secure?
That's a tough one.
No, that is a challenge thrown right at you.
It is. It's a huge topic, and it's difficult to do justice in the amount of time we've got available. But to summarize that, I guess Dell Technologies has got a huge focus on security. We support our customers, in a reactive way. So we've been engaged where we've seen challenges, where customers have been victims of bad actors. We've helped them assist with their data recovery, and also to look at ways of sanitizing their environments to make sure that those bad actors have left the building. But on the other side of that, proactively, we're looking at ways to use industry standards such as NIST frameworks and align with the Microsoft Zero Trust philosophy that they're building into all of their products to offer managed security services, directly looking after our customer environments, We're able to integrate a load of security technologies from Microsoft, but also from other specialized vendors to give our customers the best of breed solution to really help secure their environments.
And Dan, can those services be integrated into the partner services that they already offer the customers?
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's something that we work with a number of our partners on doing already.
And I think, if I'm honest, gentlemen, it's a massive topic and would be great for another episode. So perhaps we need to revisit this in the future.
And I think the challenge to our customers and partners is also to give us some examples of the challenges they're having in the marketplace and the challenges they're having around security that we can also come and challenge Dell, and we'll come and talk about how we can help you overcome them.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit under pressure there as well. Sounds like a challenge set from Lou. But unfortunately, guys, we've got to leave it there on what is another huge topic and area. I know there's so much we could have delved into, but that is all the time we have today for today's episode. Thank you so much to our guests, though, Dan, Lou, and Rob. But more importantly, thank you to all of you for tuning in to this first episode of Dell Drive. Lou and Dan first took on the challenge of reducing costs, and where we looked at that amazing TCO calculator. And then we also covered how we can support in optimizing IT operations. As mentioned to you guys out there, please do get involved and let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this useful, someone else probably will too. So be sure to share it out across your network. Lou, any final words from you perhaps then on future episodes? You've already set me one challenge.
I've set you one challenge. There's lots to come. There's lots of different topics. We're very keen to work with our partners and our customers to really resolve some of the challenges in the new world and just really give everybody some cost optimization, some productivity, and help everybody succeed. So yeah, watch this space. Lots to come, but please challenge us. Any questions, come to the team. We love to take on a challenge.
We can't wait here at Dell Technologies. That's right. So on the next show, our team will tackle the importance as well of connecting people to the best tools for their needs. And in true Dell style, we will certainly be doing things a little differently. I think we may have a sneak peek, in fact, dropping very soon, so be sure to check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. With that, it's a goodbye from me, our guests here from Dell Technologies, and the studio team. Thanks for watching, and we will see you very soon for another Dell Drive.
Welcome to the Dell Drive Bird Box Challenge. Today, we've brought together two trained professionals to go head-to-head in the ultimate Bird Box building challenge.